And it's Maverick in a two-guard. You look at the Bulls. They notched a big win in the series opener, trying to avoid a letdown here tonight. Greg, what do they need to do to maintain their momentum?
You know, Kev, first, I think they need to weather that early storm. They're going to face a desperate opponent. But once the game settles in, it's about playing smart and playing with energy. You're the favorite for a reason. Go out and show the world what you're made of.
If they could only hear that from you, that would guide them. That's a great piece of advice.
Muscling it home. Cam finds a way on that offensive end.
Here's Maverick. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Outside Thomas. Back to Russell. Sharp with this screen on Giddey. 6 to shoot. Russell passes to Sharp. Vucevic with the rebound.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Buzelis' shot is good.
And how about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Johnson outside. Pass to Wilson. Here's Thomas with the three. Buzelis grabs the board. Maverick passes to Dosunmu. A rebound by the Nets. They come off a really big loss on Sunday.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
Chicago with the ball after D'Angelo Russell's miss. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clever pump fake from Vooch, skilled at baiting defenders into the foul.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game.
Nikola Vucevic. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
What makes Vooch so tough is the combination of size and athleticism. Defenses are always trying to figure him out. And that's why this man is a double-double every night.
Thomas, good.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Pass to Maverick. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Buzelis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Buzelis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Fans at the Bulls games are in very good company because Don C is in the crowd. In fact, guys, I'm wearing some of his stuff tonight. How do you like the drip?
One of Chicago's premier streetwear designers, from shoes to hats. His styles have definitely made a mark on the league.
Chicago leading by 3. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. The rebound by Sharp.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
Thomas, no good.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
And Giddey gets it to go.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Sharp sets the pick for Russell. And the 3 off target. For Chicago, they've gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Maverick, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now here's Thomas. Johnson left side. Here's Wilson. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Here's Maverick. On the wing, Giddey. Launches it. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this game.
Russell finds Thomas. The Nets working the ball around now. That shot wide open.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Vucevic. Collins comes in for Buzelis. Ball's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's White in for Josh Giddey. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Williams is checked in. Nets trail by 4. Thomas dishes to Russell. Back to Thomas. Russell a screen on White. The 3 from Thomas. Rebound by the Bulls.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Williams. Johnson against Capella. Kicks it out to Collins. And the Bulls with another miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Maverick. The shot, no good. Nice D from Williams. Russell finds Williams. It's Thomas outside. That's his 4th miss from the floor. He's made 2 of his shots. Bulls leading by 4. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Maverick in the last matchup against the Nets played superb basketball. He tallied 50 points and was reliable as ever from distance. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not.
Brooklyn with the ball. You've got Maverick. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then there's Dosunmu. And it's Giddey in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Melton, no good. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Pass to Maverick. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Nets with the lead. Here's Melton. It's hauled in by the Bulls. To the paint. Here's Dosunmu. And the rejection by Claxton. In the corner, it's Melton. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Pick by Vucevic. Here's Maverick. Claxton covering. Missed inside. Melton feeling it out a bit. And Claxton throws it down.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Johnson against Giddey. From past the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Giddey's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
And not a guy who takes a ton of threes, but Giddey can knock them down if you let him.
Melton passes to Wilson. Fires the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Melton's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
That's his second triple of the quarter and third of the game. Keep building.
Here's Maverick. Pass to Giddey. They set the screen. And it's Buzelis scoring on a gorgeous play. Buzelis has got 6.
A rookie with terrific form. Buzelis is well equipped to take advantage of any opening he finds.
Laxton with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Johnson. It's rebounded by Giddey. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Maverick. Another 3 for Chicago.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guy.
Now into the lineup for the Nets.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2. From the baseline, Thomas, that's good. He has 6.
Dangerous in the mid-range. Thomas isn't uncomfortable with that shot.
Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Melton. In the corner, it's Buzelis. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Pulls up. Thomas's shot is off.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Dosunmu, the pass to Maverick. From outside, off the mark.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Here's Russell. Buried from 15 feet out. Russell's got his first points of the night.
When you talk about crafty players, you're talking about players like D'Angelo Russell who can find his spot.
Here's Maverick. He's got 9. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Melton. Beyond the arc. Nice. 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to... And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
This is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella. No.
Checking out the circumstances for the Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to...
And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. Brooklyn trailing. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Sharp. Cameron Johnson is out there with Wilson. Then it's Thomas. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. The putback. It's rebounded by Giddey. The Bulls shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. Here's Maverick. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Both good from the line that time. Nets trail by 3. Russell high post. Outside Wilson. Back to Russell. Nets passing it around. Thomas, it's a wide open look, and it's all evened up. Thomas got 9.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And here is Giddey. He's got 8. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. to the left side wing. Here's Dosunmu. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Thomas. A miss that time would have put him up.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
There's Maverick. Brooklyn with the rebound. Outside Russell. Here's Thomas. For the lead. Again, Thomas missing.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. I'll actually say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Russell kicks to Wilson. Back to Russell. Pass to Wilson. It's Thomas outside. Again, Thomas missing.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Here's Maverick. Baseline jumper. And it's Russell with the rebound. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Thomas with the three. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Thomas got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Nets. Here's Maverick. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Maverick's got 4 this quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Johnson, the pass to Wilson. Fires from deep. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Maverick. And here is Giddey. Three-pointer. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Bulls lead.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And the Bulls with some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Vucevic. And it's Jalen Smith in for Dosunmu. Nets trail by 4. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Russell with it. Over Giddey. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Russell's got his second basket of the night.
Staying cool inside. Russell doesn't want to waste a point-blank look like that.
Here's Maverick. 15 points in the game. Pass to Giddey. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Capella. From about 16, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
I love the confidence. When Capella sinks these shots, it just energizes his entire team.
Here's Thomas. It's all in by the Bulls. Now here's Giddey. He's got 11. Here's Maverick. Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 6-point game. Thomas kicks to Johnson. Down low. And then Short with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And the Bulls with some changes. Bulls leading by 3. Collins is out there with Dosunmu. And it's Kobe White, and it's Vucevic, and it's Maverick in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. White, good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Claxton sets the screen for Melton. Oh, good on the triple.
Well, after the show he put on in the first half, you thought it would continue, but he's cooled off a little bit here now.
Here's Maverick, covered by Johnson. Collins, a screen on Johnson. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Maverick. Misses the 3.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Williams passes to Johnson. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Maverick. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Maverick's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
White against Melton. For the 3. Rebounded by Vucevic.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Pass to Maverick. Back to White. Collins wide open. He fires. And the Bulls, another 3.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
To the inside. Here's Claxton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's Maverick. Nailed from three-point land. Maverick's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for the Bulls. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now Johnson. Pass to Melton. Lets it go from deep. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Maverick. It's stolen by Johnson. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. And he makes good on the layup. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here, Maverick passes to White. Here's Maverick. Johnson with some nice D. Nets trail by 7. Williams looking around. To Claxton. Now here's Melton. Looking for Watford. He gets it there. Off target with the jump hook. Chicago's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Here's Maverick. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Keon Johnson.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line. Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Some changes for Chicago. Bruce Ellis comes in for Zach Collins. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for White. Giddey against Russell. Pass to Johnson. Outside Thomas. Puts it up from 12. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Bruce Ellis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Maverick can't hit. Nets trail by 9. Shakes him. Here's Thomas. Vucevic with the block.
Powerful swat by Vuce, showing how effective he can be on D.
And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Nets on defense. Here's Maverick. Pass to Giddey. Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Pocket 6. Off target from outside. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. His passes to Sharp. Nets passing it around. Thomas with another miss.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
Here's Maverick. Goes back up. Rebounded by the Nets. Sharp's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Driving inside. It's stolen by Buzelis. Here's Maverick. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Really nice job there by Buzelis. Already sees the floor at a high level.
Here's Thomas. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
You want to call it flashy, but at the end of the day, it's just impressive when the ball is in his hands. Thomas is a fun player to watch.
Everett powered down with both hands.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And here is Thomas. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Thomas got 4 this quarter.
Taking a nice focused shot. Thomas wants to make his looks count.
Drives to the hoop. Offensive rebound. Pass to Dosunmu. From past the arc. And good. The three-point shot. Good for Maverick. Maverick's got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago. For the Nets, this one not looking good.
And guys, that's going to wrap it up. Fans are piling out the exits. Obviously a huge win here in Game 2 for the Bulls.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And this is a team right now that is really playing the strength.
Yeah, anytime you can go up 2-0, well, you are in the driver's seat. They are riding pretty high going into Game 3.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Maverick.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Here's Maverick. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. And that's 36 points for Maverick. Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save him. Oh, look at that play right there!
Okay, that's how it's done.
Woo! Wow. Here's Chicago. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Giddey. Dosunmu with it. A 3-ball. Misses. And so it's Chicago winning this one. And this win puts them squarely in the driver's seat in this series. Up now, Greg, 2-zip with all the momentum on their side.
I mean, in fantastic shape right now.
MP sneaking up on Steph Curry as the GOAT shooter. Woo! We really needed that one.
A lot of our fans in the house tonight. Should be a fun.
We've got the momentum. Let's keep it going.
Hey Brooklyn, want in on future Nets games? Head to our ticket booth or visit our website for all the info you need on available seats for upcoming games.
Round 1 continues.
You take a look at Brooklyn. This is a must-win game for them after they were unable to steal either of the first two.
Yeah, must-win indeed. Falling behind 3-0 as the lower seed is a death sentence. This team wanted a better round one performance than they've had so far.
And the starting group for Chicago. Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Dosunmu, then it's Josh Giddey, and it's Maverick in at the two-guard position.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Giddey. Out to the right wing. From outside the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in. And it's Thomas off the drive. Tipped.
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
Dosunmu outside, and there's a whistle. That goes on Cam Thomas. That's his first foul.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Here's Buzelis. Here's Maverick. And not going to go. He misses his first attempt of the night. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. And one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it. But they really emphasize boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out. It's back to the basics, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Maverick. Dosunmu outside. Just 4 to shoot to the left side wing. The three is up, and that one's good. Maverick.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Russell from deep. Johnson. First shot won't go.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First team.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of this game. Free throw is good from Russell.
And there is an undeniable swagger to Russell's game. He plays with a ton of confidence and knows what he can do out there.
Here's Maverick. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Maverick. Shot clock at 6. He shoots. And the basket by Dosunmu.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Outside Russell. Now here's Johnson. Inside. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Giddey passes to Vucevic. Pass to Maverick. This one for 3. Knocks down the long J. Maverick's got 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, for his size, just about 7 feet, Buzelis is a pretty good passer.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. On target from range.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
With the drive, Maverick, the pass to Dosunmu. Here's Buzelis. Dosunmu on the wing. Over Williams. And again, it's Chicago. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Pass to Johnson. Buzelis grabs the board.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Outside Giddey. Here's Maverick. Rebounded by the Nets.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Williams. He's covered by DeSumo. Williams passes to Claxton. Johnson for three. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. Chicago leading. Here's Maverick. He's got 6. Here's Buzelis. Here's Maverick. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Brooklyn has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Thomas outside. Back to Russell. Stolen by Giddey. The shot won't fall. Some solid defense from Williams. Nets trail by 3. Pass to Johnson. Russell deciding where to go with it. Back to Johnson. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And this is exactly how Russell does solid assist numbers. I mean, just great delivery on that play.
And we'll have a timeout called by Bill.
Looking now for some consistency. Just too many missed shots.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play. Get some points and give this team some confidence.
On the court for Chicago, Jalen Smith is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Maverick in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Smith. Clock at 6. And again, Chicago, no good.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Maverick in the last matchup against the Nets just played phenomenal. He had 36 points and he was dialed in from long distance. But remember, he also was great on the strike. He and his team are really clicking right now, and you'd love to see that momentum carry them through the rest of the year. Guys?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
It's good.
And you don't need a roadmap when he's got open court in front of him like that.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
Now here's Melton. Right side Sharp. Back to Melton. And the layup falls. Melton's got his second basket of the night.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Here's Maverick. Nails it from 3. And the Bulls lead by 5.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Pass to Melton. Puts up a deep 3. The shot no good. For Chicago, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. White, pass to Smith. Here's Maverick. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Some changes for Brooklyn. Claxton comes in for Sharp. And it's Thomas in for Williams. Chicago shooting their first free throw of the night. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Giddey against Melton. Johnson on the wing. Back to Melton. Thomas outside. And it's Chicago with a board.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Pass to Giddey. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Now here's Melton. Johnson a screen on Giddey. Just 5 on the clock. Melton misses.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Here's Buzelis. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to review the game plan. Some changes for Brooklyn. Johnson, he's checked in for Watford, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Johnson. Here's Thomas. Outside Russell. Thomas, a screen on Giddey. Pass to Claxton. And here's Melton. 4 on the clock. Back to Claxton. To stop the drought. Rebound by the Bulls. To the middle. Buzelis' shot is good.
They're really working the paint now.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a 14-point game. Russell finds Johnson. Back to Russell. Claxton a screen on Giddey. Shot clock at 5. Here's Thomas for 3. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open. They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Now here's Thomas. 6 points for him. From deep, Johnson. And he missed again. Now 1 of 5. Here's Maverick. Melton covers. Vucevic, a screen on Melton. The shot by Maverick, no good. Nets trail by 13.
And what has made D'Lo a max player? He puts constant pressure on the defense.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint. Just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Collins, he's checked in for Chicago. Jones comes in for Giddey.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Thomas outside. Yep, count it. Thomas has got 5 points in the quarter.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
To the wing on the left. Here's Maverick. 18 points for him. Dosunmu for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Dosunmu's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Brooklyn has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Good work there as it goes.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Chicago leading by 12. Dosunmu on the wing. Thomas defends. Here's Buzelis. There's the 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
And they're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
Melton outside. Right side, Russell. Lets it go from 14. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Russell's got 8 points.
Well, Russell is a threat from anywhere on the floor. So if he gets his mid-range look, he's going to take it.
Collins with a screen on Thomas. Dosunmu. Oh, he missed the chippy right there. And so it's Chicago in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
I mean, when you go inside, and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a... Looking at how the Nets are doing in this... Appreciate you joining us. It's been a...
And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. Bulls leading by 13. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Now here's Giddey. And it's all from three-point range. Outside Russell. Williams on the wing. Giddey defends. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Johnson's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, yes type shot.
Vucevic, 11 feet out, and he hits it. And the Bulls lead by 13.
Vucevic is a very efficient mid-range shooter and has been for most of his career.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pass to Williams from behind the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in the game. Dosunmu for 3. Russell with the rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Now here's Claxton. Now Johnson. It's Thomas on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Thomas has got 10 points in the game.
Taking people to school with moves like that.
Takes it inside. Pass to Buzelis. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Giddey. Good.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
And Russell's got the ball here for the Nets. Trailing by 13. And here's Thomas from the arc. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. Dosunmu's got 4 rebounds now. Maverick, the pass to Giddey. Right wing. Here's Maverick. No good from outside. Brooklyn has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Johnson. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. .54 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Melton finds Johnson. Launches it. Sinks the tray. Johnson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bulls leading by 18. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Now here's Melton. He has 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. And they pick up 2. Melton's got 8 points.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Kicks it out to Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. And so it's Chicago, ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And thanks for sticking with us as this round one game continues. On the court for the Bulls, they've got Nikola Vucevic, Buzelis out there with Ayo Dosunmu. Then it's Trey Jones, and it's Maverick in at the shooting guard.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Here's Wilson. Fades and shoots. Jones grabs the board. Bulls leading by 17. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Pass to Dosunmu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Maverick. Jacks up with 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Here's Wilson. There's the block. And now the Bulls in transition. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, the skill set the rookie Buzelis has is really impressive. A tall, slender forward who is very crafty and versatile to be so young.
Some changes for Chicago. Giddey's checked in for Dosunmu, and it's Kobe White in for Jones. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
Melton against White. Melton passes to Johnson. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Outside White. Picked by Vucevic. Launches a 3. And White hits from deep. And the Bulls lead by 21.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Thomas, he's checked in for Wilson. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. White against Melton. Pass to Thomas. Sharp, a screen on Giddey. Here's Thomas for 3. Gets a hand on it. Here's Sharp. And at last, they get one to fall. Sharp's got his first bucket in this one.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from them.
Here's Maverick. Here's Buzelis. Here's Maverick. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game.
And he was hot from 3 to start this game. That's his first since halftime.
Melton with the ball. Johnson for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Some changes for Brooklyn. Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Watford, and Russell is subbed in for Johnson. Russell, the pass to Johnson. There's a screen beyond the arc. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Got it. Mavericks got 5 points now this quarter.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Vucevic against Claxton. Pass to Johnson. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Charity stripe shot. Brooklyn with the board. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
A volume 3-point shooter. The coaching staff encourages Russell to fire away.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. And that one's good. Maverick.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Russell to pass to Thomas. Claxton a screen on White. To the paint. And Claxton gets it to go on the assist by Thomas.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Pass to Buzelis. Here's Maverick. Melton covers. Maverick. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Maverick's got 32 points.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Williams is checked in for Brooklyn. The Sumu, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Thomas. And his fifth make of the game in 12 attempts.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
And the layup is good off the glass. Mavericks got 13 points here in the second half alone. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Pass to Thomas. And a missed layup. Chicago leading by 23. Here's Maverick. And it's Thomas with the rebound. And Brooklyn shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be.
And that'll wrap up game 3. Now we'll look ahead towards an important game 4 for the Bulls.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And with their performance tonight, you have to think this series is all but over.
It's impossible to see it any other way. And I don't think it's going to get past game 4. If this doesn't end in a sweep, I'll be shocked.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Maverick.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Pass to Maverick. 40 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Banked it in off the glass.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Back to Russell. Pass to Thomas. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Here's Maverick, covered by Johnson. Here's Maverick. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Man, good whistle there.
And he knocks down the first one.
Shooting 2.
Good on both. And here's Russell. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. And now that they're up 3-0, winning this whole series is well within their grasp.
You think it's only a matter of time, but the postseason is all about expecting the unexpected. They need to stay focused and finish strong.
And that
MP has put himself among the greats this season. Great win tonight, MP. Got to win this game tonight and close these guys out. MP, you're about to go off.
Nets fans, we're doing another special giveaway at our next home game. The first 25,000 fans will get the
Round one continues with a heavy dose of citrus. The Chicago Bulls have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized? For their thirst to be quenched? Find out tonight as they do battle against the Brooklyn Nets. Will there be an upset in round one? It's all coming up next.
It's Game 4 of this Eastern Conference quarterfinal series. Down 3-0. It's a survival contest, no doubt. Will this series end here tonight? Thanks for tuning in to the NBA playoffs. Taking a look at Brooklyn. This series has gotten completely away from them now. Greg, they haven't played well. They look frustrated. They're all over the place.
They are, but they're also at home. And that's the one thing they can lean on to try and turn this thing around. I mean, it would be crazy to think that they could pull this off, but let's face it, Kev, they've got a long way to go.
Crazier things have happened, haven't they? Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Josh Giddey is out there with Maverick, and it's Vucevic. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's Buzelis in at the 4. Here's Russell, and the layup is good.
This guy an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Here's Maverick. Thomas covering. Here's Maverick. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Russell fires away from way outside. Chicago grabs the miss, and it's Giddey in the corner. To the paint. And there's Buzelis on the assist from Giddey.
And how about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. It's stolen by Vucevic. A floater. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D there by Johnson. Williams looking over the floor. It's Thomas outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
But Cam Thomas is an enthusiastic three-point shooter. This guy will not hesitate.
Master Maverick. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. And that one, good.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Outside Williams. Giddey against Russell. Over Giddey. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Pass to Buzelis. Now Dosunmu. Vucevic is screen on Russell. Shot clock at 6. Giddey the pass to Maverick. Hands it from downtown. Maverick's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, just finding the open man and making sure it's on time and on target. This is who Josh Giddey is.
Russell passes to Claxton. Now, here's Thomas. Oh, and the jam by Thomas.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam King. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Well, Vucevic has a great understanding of the pick-and-roll game, and his experience paying off there.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Russell. Lays it up off the glass. Russell's got his third bucket of the night.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Here's Maverick, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
This guy is quickly developing into an outstanding playmaker, Josh Giddey. Nice setup.
Thomas passes to Claxton. Williams with the ball. Defended by Dosunmu. Williams' shot is off. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Williams with the block. Thomas surveying the D. Driving the lane. Here's Claxton. Shoots over Vucevic. Claxton with the bucket.
Well, just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. The Nets making a switch here. Chicago leading by 6. They've got Sharp, DeAnthony Melton out there with Johnson. Then there's Trendon Watford. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. It's the Nets now. Johnson finds Sharp. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Watford. Here's Sharp. Inside. Here's Melton. And that one goes. Feeding him with the lead pass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
From the arc. Rebound by Williams. Nets trail by 4. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket, using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
And he slams it one-handed.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Giddey against Johnson. Melton feeling it out a bit. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. They lead by 4. Excited about the win on Thursday.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Maverick in the last matchup against Brooklyn put on a show. He dropped in 38 points and, as always, was a force on defense, doing whatever he wanted at that level. A performance like that makes you hungry for more. We'll be looking to follow that up tonight. Guys?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
On the wing, Dosunmu. After Maverick. Smith with a screen on Melton. Down low. There's the steal. Here's Williams. Cuts off the pass. Now here's Dosunmu. He's guarded closer. Smith with a screen on Williams. Everett.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bulls.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Buzelis is checked in for Chicago. Melton kicks to Johnson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. To the middle. Here's Buzelis, and that one drops. Buzelis has got the lead up to 10 now for Chicago.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Melton passes to Claxton. Johnson outside. Claxton sets the screen for Johnson. Right side, Thomas. And Buzelis gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Wilson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Johnson. Chicago also making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Vucevic. Zach Collins comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Kobe White in for Josh Giddey. Chicago leading by 7. Mr. Maverick fires the 3. And it's Russell with the rebound. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Here's Maverick. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Melton. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Russell with the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
In catch-and-shoot situations, you've got to be balanced and in control. Mr. Russell, well done.
Here's Maverick. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Maverick's got 17.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Claxton finds Melton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And he drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
For Chicago, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. That free throw good for Maverick.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. And a change for the Bulls. Jones is checked in. There's Thomas with the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 10.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Here's Maverick. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Johnson kicks to Thomas. Misses the 3.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And the basket is good.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Nets trail by 10. Outside Thomas. Back to Russell. And Jones pulls it down. Chicago has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Outside Russell. Johnson finds Williams. 35 seconds left in the first half of the game. And he comes up with the deuce.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Maverick passes to Capella. Collins setting the big for Jones. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Jones has got the lead back up to 10 now for Chicago. Outside Thomas. Up and in on the way. Thomas got 12.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And the first half is now in the books. Bulls lead by 8. Live from Brooklyn, New York. You're watching 2K Sports.
Thanks.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
Looking at how the Nets are. And that concludes.
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. It's been one outstanding game for Maverick.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Buzelis out there with those two moves. Then it's Josh Giddey. And there's Maverick. And it's Vucevic in at the center. Brooklyn shoot their first free throws of the game.
Boy, when you talk about rhythm scorer, the first guy or one of the first guys to come to mind is Cam Thomas. Very difficult to slow him down when he gets on a heater. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. A three. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Thomas. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Master Maverick shoots the 3. Rebound by Johnson. Nets trail by 10. Here's Thomas. The shot, no good. Nice defense from Giddey.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Now Buzelis. Bulls moving the ball around. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Really nice job there by Buzelis. Already sees the floor at a high level.
Russell kicks to Williams. Down low. Here's Thomas. And then Thomas with the dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
There's Thomas with the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Dosunmu. That shot is off. Nets trail by 7. Here's Russell. Buzelis grabs the board.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Thomas. Maverick passes to Vucevic. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, Buzelis grabs the board.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Here's Giddey. Drills it from outside. And the Bulls lead by 10.
Boy, Giddey, if he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, you will not be able to guard this guy.
Here's Russell. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to... And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. It's a 5-point game. He's got Johnson. Watford out there with Wilson. Then it's Sharp, and it's Melton in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Second chance shot. Maverick can't hit. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3-ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
Here's Maverick. Off target with his three.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
Melton passes to Watford. Here's Wilson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And here are the Bulls now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Maverick passes to Dosunmu. Here's the screen. It's good from long range. Dosunmu's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Wilson with it. Defended by Giddey. On the wing, Melton. Sharp finds Melton. Pocket 6. Back to Sharp. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Wilson. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Maverick passes to Dosunmu. Buzelis with the ball. Over to the wing. This one for 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Outside Wilson. Pass to Sharp. Now here's Melton. Giddey defending. Sharp sets the pick for Melton. Off target from three-point range.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And Giddey gets it to go.
Boy, it looked like the defense was perfectly positioned. Outstanding contest. And Josh Giddey says, I don't care. I'm scoring anyway.
Pass to Wilson. Shot to stop the run. Chicago grabs the miss. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Maverick. Picked him clean. Now here's Melton. Defended by Dosunmu.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's Maverick. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Maverick's got 5 points now in the quarter. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, during the break, listened in with what Jordi Fernandez was telling the team, and it was an intense huddle. Coach challenged his team. He told them the effort's not there. It has to get better. See if those words work, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Nets trail by 11. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Thomas got 24.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Maverick. Thomas covering. Out left to the wing. Now here's Dosunmu. Guarded close. It's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's Thomas. Rebound by the Bulls. Buzelis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. A nice shot by Maverick. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Here's Thomas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Buzelis.
Yeah, easy call.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And both free throws good for Thomas.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
With the drive.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Thomas got 16 here in the second half.
When Cam Thomas gets going, folks, he can get as hot as anyone in this league.
Here's Maverick. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Nick Claxton.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the sides.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Johnson with a screen on Giddey. Outside Williams. Jacks up a three. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. It's stolen. One-on-one here. And he dunks it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Puts it up. Again, the Nets for two.
That's a nuanced understanding of pick-and-roll play. D'Angelo Russell, nicely done.
Chicago leading by 12.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for Chicago.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And tonight's win really a reflection of how dominant they have been all series long. The 4-game sweep.
Yeah, I don't think they expected to pull off such a decisive win, but they had the momentum all series long. Time now, they get to move on.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Maverick.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
We've got 28 seconds left in the game. Pass to Maverick. The three. And the three ball is good. Maverick's got 48.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Lets the three fly. He can't hit that time. And they do it. They'll move on to round two. What a performance through the entire first round. Break sweeping in 4 games.
And they really had a tremendous series. Watching how well these guys played as a unit has got to be scary for their round 2 matchup.
MP sneaking up on Steph Curry as the GOAT shooter.
Just saw MP and them pulled off the sweep tonight. Those boys are going to be tough to beat.
Boom! That is how you dominate a series. On to the next one. Second round. Win this series, and we're one step from the finals.